This is my discussion board book club post. Next, I will provide the 6 pillars in anti-cancer living, with starting with social support. It is the root required for the tree to stand, the foundation upon which the house can be built, and the stability that will ground and balance you as you move forward. Next, with stress management, I found it particularly interesting that the 6 lifestyle areas are all interlinked, but that the recent studies have found that you can sabotage good and healthy intentions by experiencing stress. Then the author provided an example like combining mindfulness meditation with a dietary intervention being more effective than a diet change alone. And quality sleep. Treating ourselves well, unfortunately, isn't a quality that we value very highly in our society. We think that we have to overwork to become successful, and that going to bed early or sleeping in is somehow means to make us feel weak. Here are the last 3 pillars, starting with physical activity. We encourage patients to engage in regular physical activity in order to strengthen their immune system and combat fatigue, and to help their bodies become less hospitable to cancer growth and better able to sustain the rigors of treatment. Next, healthy eating. The patient stories were my favorite when reading this book, and an unconventional suggestion was for Elaine to eat whatever she wanted while going through chemotherapy, since it's hard and frankly just sucks. But the best part was when Elaine happily went to a fast food restaurant for a large soda. And with avoiding environmental toxins, one thing that I found particularly helpful throughout the book was the chapter summaries and the breakdown bullets of major takeaways of to better health and wellness. And in particular, the list of carcinogenic items, just the black and white on the page, made me consider my own lifestyle choices. Now to the reflection question. I plan to promote individual health in my physical therapy practice by providing assessment measures such as those discussed in the classroom. Also, I will educate patients on things that they are doing well to be healthy and things that they may want to consider implementing for change. However, I would ultimately make it patient centered and allow them to create goals for themselves and just be a navigation tool to better guide them to success. The book Anti Cancer Living promoted the idea of educating the patient, and by adopting a lifestyle plan, they believe that cancer rates will decline in our lifetime. They reinforce the idea that we need to take daily actions to support natural defenses in order to heal. I have been fortunate to advocate about health in the community already during my early start to my career. In my undergrad, I lived in an area that was considered a food desert, and we attended both hospitals and schools to give healthier and affordable options to incorporate into diet. Then again, in my graduate studies, I was given many opportunities in work to advocate for a patient. An example that I can remember in particular was a patient on a bus was not willing to get off, and with my help, I was able to recognize signs of an intellectual disability and utilized the equipment that had around me to encourage him to exit the bus. And some of my efforts for advocating health was reestablished again in physical therapy school. I've been able to participate in events at the homeless shelter here in Phoenix, Arizona, as well as join in for some educational fun in classes like ortho. And the book acknowledges that changes must begin at home to then spread into the community.